Yeah, I think we are live and kicking.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to all of you. We're just gonna hang around a little bit until a few more people tune in. Yeah, I think we are live and kicking.
Happy Sunday.
We are live. Not sure if we're live anymore because I just clicked on the back button.
Back, yeah. I can see that we're live again, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm not sure. I could be on a lag.
I think there's a little bit of lag because whatever we just spoke, I could hear it like
Hear it back, even I heard it.
later.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to go live again. I'll just close the tab. I'm asking Anijat to just check if the stream is on.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think we are live because I just went to the page and I can still see the video.
Yeah, killer.
You have to just check. Okay, I think we should just kick this off anyway.
Killer, yeah.
Wait for people to join in. So cool. Hi everyone. Welcome to another edition of Eavesdrop. My name is Ashrit, and I'm joined by a special guest this evening, this afternoon. Veer, who's here with us, who's been releasing some fantastic music and doing a lot of gigs around the country.
Learn a good example I have with you and your bro. From you and your bro, so cheers.
Cheers, Veer.
Yeah.
Great to have you here with us. And cool. So let's check out some of the demos that have been submitted for this edition. Starting off with somebody who's been sending us music for a while now. He goes by his artist name Sinister Realms. I mean, every time I've heard a track from him, I've been mind blown. Let's see what
I'm
he has
excited.
for us this time. Also, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear the audio. I'm just about to play it now.
Doing good, kid. Real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?
All
Oh,
right.
straight to it, man. Straight to it, dude. Oh shit.
Absolutely. Man, this guy is usually the first person to always send us his music every time we
Right.
open up the form. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing holding back his music.
Oh, dude, straight like a hit of afternoon coffee. I was gonna say morning, but yeah.
Super. So, what do you think? Do you have any feedback for Sinister Realms?
And firstly, I mean, you know this. We've discussed it many times before. Even with Ashwin, I talk about how much I used to love Psy. I got into electronic music because of Psy. So this music even falls in that category of what they call twilight or night. You know, like it's a little bit dark, but it's very groovy. I really enjoyed a lot of these really comical, metallic samples and the vocal samples, which I feel are actually from cartoon shows. So it had this really like whimsical vibe around the whole composition. I have nothing to say about the mix, man. It's absolutely, I think it's like good to go. Like I really don't have much to say. I think it's an interesting composition. It's high energy, and it's in my favorite space. So I'm fully biased to this one.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
you're going like this is probably like taking you back to your days of when
Yeah,
you were in Hilltop partying all night.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
No,
so
and it's right up there, man. Shit, like I'm gonna dive in more to Sinister Realms after this. It's like pro. It's pro. I think it's pro psytrance. If
yeah,
that
for
is a
sure.
thing, if that is a thing, it is though, audio wise. But yeah,
I mean, no harsh critique for you
yeah,
at all, anytime. I mean, this is
no,
the third or fourth track he sent us, and
right.
the tracks have been quite banging. So yeah, thanks, Darsh, for sending us your music.
Cheers.
Let's move on to hearing the next track. This one's called "Is This Sanity" by Amkundra. Let's check it out on the
Since there are a finite number of tones our ears can distinguish, and because it only takes a few notes in common for two musical ideas to sound similar, will we ever run out of new music? What you're about to hear is the very first recording ever of any kind of sound.
Honestly, I don't know why some people just send their music to us, man, for feedback.
Yeah, no, this was also like classic Dark Side, like
Absolutely nailed it with this one
yeah,
for sure. My only feedback
yeah,
would be the snare seemed a little like wonky when the first time it came in,
yeah.
but that bass line when it changes after the break, man, that was
It only makes more sense there too. It makes it sound more heavy metal when the three note bass line comes in after that.
yeah,
I have this. I've written the same thing down, and also in the second segment. So there's the intro, then the second segment when it's a slightly more stripped down drum groove. There's one part where the kick, snare, and bass. There's a register that's clashing. I mean, in terms of the mix, there's a little bit of a click pop happening over there. Is
yeah,
what I'd heard. Apart from that, man, again, it's a really unorthodox arrangement, I thought, which I found cool
yeah. I mean,
as
that's what
well.
really works in this domain of music, I guess. And yeah, man, I think other than what we just said, the track
Another
itself,
slick one. Yeah, yeah, another slick one.
this Sunday is turning out to be quite
Straight,
busy.
bro. No nonsense, bro. Right from the get go.
All right, so thanks for sending us your music. I think this is the first time he sent us music, but yeah, please keep sending us more of your stuff. We would definitely love to hear more from you. Let's check out the next one. This one's called the artist is Buku Family, and the
Okay.
track is called About Jins. Anyway, I'm gonna post the
First,
link in the chat. I mean, I quite like the mood of that tune, but there's some things with the mix that could be better. What do you think, Veer?
Yeah, same. I thought there was it had nice atmospheres, and those bass swells, the way they come and go, are really good. I wouldn't. I mean, maybe this is creative more than technical, but I don't think that type of a kick drum with that extra body really sits well for the vibe like this because it's got a sustained bass. But
He needs a little bit more of a rounded
yeah,
kick that's a little more deeper. That
yeah.
adds better to the bass for sure.
And the hi-hats and stuff could do with more color. They sound like super raw at the moment. But apart from that, I thought it was pretty spacey. Like I was spacing out in the middle. But that happens generally. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's also a Sunday, Veer.
Yeah, yeah.
And Gaurav's here.
Yeah, I saw.
Let's take a little time to say hi to Gaurav.
Yeah, shout out to Blot.
Okay, cool. Let's listen to the next tune. This one's called Back to the Office by Hemlock.
I declare bankruptcy!
As I was saying, right now we are having.
Talk louder.
Okay, our prices have never been lower.
Son, you have to talk loud.
Never been lower.
Louder, son!
Buttmaker, our prices have never been lower. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
If I had to, I could clean out my desk in 5 seconds. And nobody would ever know I'd ever been here.
Well, this is gonna hurt like a mother. Well.
How the turntables. Worst thing about prison was the demands.
Veer, it's like everyone knows that you were going to be on stream.
I'm not really. No. I
They want to
mean,
tingle your roots.
yeah, my roots are tingling, bro. These people who have submitted Sai like first thing on a Sunday.
Man,
That's
this is the highest number of side tunes we've had on an Eavesdrop.
no. I don't. No qualms here about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed that tune as well.
Yeah.
Really well mixed also, I felt.
Yeah, the kick bass was pretty cool, like that proper, morning side nano records type kick bass.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So I don't think we have any bad feedback for you.
I did feel that there's too much vocal samples, like there were like a little too etched in, but that's a creative thing. I mean, but for me, I just felt that way too many. Like that's the only maybe critique I could think of. Otherwise, it's nice. It's like kooky, it's banging also. So like,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah.
Superb. Mohit keeps sending us more music. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one. I think we have a collab on the next one between Agent Bugs and Bodha. Okay, yeah, these are a couple of our students from Bangalore. They've been doing some scenes lately.
Oh, nice.
Let's check it out. I think that was quite a unique take on a Dollars Jam because I just read on the SoundCloud description that this is a Dollars Jam.
That's pretty cool, man. And I'm assuming that one of these collaborations, I mean, collaborators is a guitarist because that
Yes,
was a pretty nice.
guitarist. Yeah,
It's a lovely breakbeat groove, really nice mood overall. Like the track name, I'm guessing, is a reference to Porcupine Tree. I don't know. What do you think about this one apart from the like? the
I quite like
pleasantries.
the mood of the track and like where it started from and where it went to. Maybe a little bit of mixing, but technicality is like the last thing you want to think of when you're doing a Dollars Jam. But
Totally.
still, like regardless of that, I think it was really good.
Ah, yes, Vishnu has confirmed. Hi, Vishnu, by the way. That was really sick. Yeah, that was really sick.
Superb stuff, guys. Keep sending us more music. And also, this has been recorded through a Zoom effects pedal
Oh
while we're
man.
live on Zoom. Cool. So let's check out the next tune. This one's by Dripkill. Okay, sorry, the track's not found anymore. Maybe he wasn't happy with the mix.
Usually the case.
All right, moving on to the one after that, we have Bodha, who was also a collaborator in the last track that we just played. This is a solo tune from him. It's called Circular Breathing. Let's check it out. What do you think, Veer?
I don't know if he made those drones from an actual guitar, like the ones that come in with the kick intro and the kick, and then they eventually modulate to become bigger and smaller over time. But that was really the money maker. I did feel in the arrangement there's a lot of tension, but there's no release at any point that's really opening the. But I guess that's again a creative thing, man. How do you question this? If the
I mean,
person has intended it. But I
that's
mean, I would release it somewhere in that after building up that crazy guitar tone, making it go up and down, something that empties out in the arrangement, maybe a new element on the higher register, like opening it up just for a bit. I mean, tension release, but that's again creative entirely. So I
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure. Even I felt that actually.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was just in that one plane of things,
Yeah, yeah.
It could have gone more places. Also, I felt like the kick and bass were a little weak.
Yeah.
I think that the foundation was better. The other elements on top would have definitely like stood
Come
out.
out, definitely. But shit, that guitar, if you made it from an actual guitar, that drone is really cool. Like from the get-go.
Yeah, let's see if he's here in the chat.
Yeah.
Confirm that for us.
Nice big overdrive metal guitars, looping.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. We have these two students of mine who've been making music for some time now. They're called Two Oscillators,
Okay.
and this one's called Greetings from Heaven. Okay, let's see what they've got for us this time. Hey, brothers, thanks for sending us your music always. I quite like the mood on this one for sure. Even the kick bass also sounded pretty decent. But there's just one thing that I didn't get why you did, which is when you're heading towards the breakdown, you start lowering the volume of the kick. That just felt a little out of place for me personally. But yeah, that could be a creative decision also. Handing it over to Veer, what do you think, bro?
Man, I thought that, man, as you said, the kick bass and then the general drum tones in the whole groove, they're nice and weighty, wholesome. Made it sound not electronic, which I liked. It was like it didn't. It was almost like a little bit natural in terms of the body or the drum tones. The melodic work I thought was great as well, and the atmos, whatever colors they used on the pads, etc., whatever the processing they've done, whatever tones they picked, it sounded damn good.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed this, man. Like I like this style of music in general. Once like I used to love it even more. It's epic what I just heard. You have taught them well, dude. You have taught them well.
I
I didn't
mean,
even notice that kick volume going down though. But yeah, I mean
okay.
it sounds a bit no. As in I didn't notice it, but I mean should that happen, it does sound a bit. I don't know.
I just felt like it happened for a little too
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
But guys, other than that, like everything else
yeah.
was really
Epic,
spot on.
epic.
I felt like I was transported to like a dream.
Dream, yeah, yeah.
Quite a nice vibe. Really enjoyed that one. Thanks, brothers Royan and Roland.
Shit, we have now 2 oscillators in the country and 3 oscillators in the country.
If we bring down, look, mom, no computers,
Uh,
have 200 oscillators.
200. Yeah.
All right, let's check out the next one. This one's called Contact by the 13th Node. I'm assuming this is a side tune because he has sent us music in the past, if I remember right. Let's check it out. Back.
See you at the Copy Cow / Superb Showcase, Modgym Goa. You know, straight up. House of Shapora right now. Come on. See you there.
Yeah, for sure. I got confused that there's going to be a side tune because there's a very similar artist who's been sending us
Right.
music with a
Right.
similar name. But I think this is Ishwar from Calcutta. I've met him also. He's been sending us music for quite some time now, and I feel like his mixes are always really good.
Yeah.
The one thing that really caught me was that sound that sounds like a notification a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's I mean the samples have been arranged throughout the track are pretty cool, but there's nothing like modulating. There's nothing like that's taking away from just the sample chops that he's placed, which are very intricately done. But I guess that's also a stylistic thing. I also felt, I don't know, maybe it's just my ears, but like I thought the snare before the other elements come in was whacking a little too out of place right in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
some of the Shriller samples were cut like a little bit harsh, but the rest, the low end is banging. The kicks, the kick and sub was intense, nicely done, rolling groove. I don't know, maybe it's just my ears, but
It sounded pretty decent. But yeah,
yeah,
I think you're right about the snare. Before everything kicks
before
in,
everything kicks in, yeah,
maybe the snare could be like a dB lesser.
yeah,
That could help.
yeah. It still won't disappear too much when other stuff comes in. I think it's just treated a bit more.
Yeah. Sometimes we assume that the things like snares need to be the same volume throughout the track, but it's not entirely true. Like
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
do what you feel like doing.
totally.
Cool. Thanks again, Ishwar, for sending us music.
Yes, yeah,
Consistently.
even Anajat says send this to Superb Records. I agree. I think it's pretty much ready on that front.
Absolutely. Cool. So let's check out the next one. This is called Deep House-ish Demo by Father, Son, and Alcohol.
Okay.
I've heard some music from him in the past, and I find his music quite quirky, actually. Let's see what he's got for us this time. quite enjoyed listening to that one.
That was the most interesting one. Like, no, not that there's a comparison, but that was really fucking interesting. Like, I've not heard. Sorry, I abused. We're allowed to abuse out of enthusiasm, right? That was pretty cool. Like, I have not heard like anything like that, to be honest. I don't think it was like. I think it was just ish. There was no deep house in there. If you ask me, it was just an ish track.
Ish demo.
Yeah, an ish.
I mean, yeah, it's super funky, so
Yeah.
quirky. Like it takes you from so many places to so many other places. When that
And he was
guitar
using
sample-
pauses. Sorry, I interrupted. Yeah.
No worries. But yeah, that guitar sample reminded me a lot of like the Nile Rodgers style of guitaring.
Yeah, funky, chunky type, like, Fender Strat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And
I'm
even-
a guitarist myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that sounded quite.
Shit, I didn't know that, man, Guru. I didn't know you also played the guitar on the
No,
MTV.
I'm not. Is what I said. Veer.
Oh shit, sorry. I heard that you did. Man, but there was a use of pauses also in two instances in the bit that we heard. One, the first time there was a pause and he had like reused his glitch sample in a very, very cool way. I thought that was very nicely technically done. And then there was a second pause also that just came at the right time. And then suddenly changed up and brought in another bass element in the groove. I think that was really interesting.
Even the portamento synth that
Yeah.
came later on, like, sounded pretty cool. Like, took me back to like a little bit of hip hop.
Hip hop, West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4x4 beat.
Dr. Dre. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That was sick.
And from the last time he sent us music, his mixes have come a really, really long way. Like, I found the kick and bass to be quite tight in this one.
Yeah. So again, I want to know if that was a live guitar recording or not. So if he's around, please let me know, because that's really impressive. If that was actual guitar. I like it when real recordings come into play with, synthesized elements or samples.
There is something a little different about
Yeah.
when you record an instrument and place it into your track, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's check out the next one. This one's called CR Demo 1 by Ukato,
Oh, okay.
if I'm saying it right. But
Is it Okata with a U? You got like UK.
yeah, Ukato.
Shout out Delhi boys, I think.
Nice. quite a funky tune.
Yeah, I don't have any fucking feedback for that one. It was nice and big also. I don't know if it's just unbalanced or what, but it still sounded really big and really nice.
Yeah, because some
Of
of the
his
tracks are like softer. I think this one sounded like it's mastered also.
mastered, yeah. So I mean, I don't really have much to say about that one. I don't know. This one's all you, man.
Yeah, I think it's quite up there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it needs any feedback. I think you should be releasing this tune.
Plus, there's a heavy dose of originality. Like I know these. Like I can tell the inspirations that you said. Armin breaks. I know you said. I
Yeah,
mean, it's got that UK sprinkle, but it doesn't exactly sound like the way UK does it,
right.
which I think is pretty cool. Like it's I don't know. That's the only observation I had. It's not even feedback. I just think it's pretty cool. That was pretty banging.
Yeah, spot on with that one. Keep sending us more music. Thanks for sending us your music for the first time. Yeah, we really appreciate it. All right, so let's move on to the next one. We have Talin with a track called Alchemy. I mean, I haven't heard a tech house beat in a very long time.
It's been a while for me as well.
Uh, I don't know, like it's not quite up my alley to be honest.
Right.
Uh, Also, I just felt like that ride was quite random. Like it was just coming and going. I felt like it could be a groove at some point, and that could drive the track a little bit more. Also,
Yeah, I agree also. Sorry, actually the audio went off. Yeah, yeah.
go on.
No, I also just felt that, even if it's loopy music, which is fine, there are still like ways that, I mean, things too that can progress, and resolve over the period that make it a bit more exciting.
Yeah,
Because this was extremely loopy. Like I would call it a DJ tool, not to like, I mean, it would be a DJ tool, like a tool for DJs to maybe add an extra color on a already mixing track.
true.
But apart from that, I mean, it's got its basic groove. I just think that Tallinn could like be more creative over time. But that comes with regular practice. So I completely understand.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't want to discourage you here at all.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely not.
We want you to take this in the right way and
Right, yeah.
approach your music in. as best as you can.
Yeah.
All right, we are eager to hear more music from you as well. So thanks for sending us your music. I know it's like it's even scary to send
Yeah.
music to be honest when it's going to be heard on a public platform.
It's nerve-wracking for that, to say the least. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So let's move on to the next tune. We have Inscape, who's been sending us music from the very first edition of Eavesdrop, and it's I think it's very hard for this guy to disappoint us. So let's see what he has in store this time. What do you think, Veer?
Phew, that sounded like something out of a Tool bonus CD. 10,000 days unreleased bonus CD, instrumental special edition. That was really amazing, man. Like, I mean, you nailed it with meditative. People are lighting incense sticks. Mogambo vibes has been written in the. And I don't have anything I could possibly say to that, though. The drone work was exceptional. That polyrhythm was like, I was inside. I was inside the track, man. That was really amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah,
such a sick tune. Like
yeah.
one of the best we've heard today. And also very different from the usual vibe that I've heard from Inscape because he sent us a lot of like 4x4 bangers also in the
Right.
past, and quite enjoyed listening to this one. Thank you, Inscape.
Cheers, man. Really, that was.
Let's check out the next one. This one's called Retro Funk by Sawshank. Um, I felt like it was an average tune, to be honest. Also, I don't know, the volume also felt like really soft and like of the kick, and everything else was quite loud on top. That's my 2 cents about this, but I'm sure you can get better over time and practice, Shashank. And thanks for sending us your music. Veer, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I thought some of the sampling was clever and quirky, and like it was a little bit of that classic. I can see he took like inspiration from that classic Detroit vibes, but those chords, those old school chords, they weren't coming out enough, and of course the hats and the rides were getting lost in the rest. So I think a little bit more organization for arrangement, and I think something strong is on its way.
Yep.
But yeah, pretty much the same as what you said as well.
Yeah, it just felt like a little bit of a disconnect with the rest of the elements because the kick was so in the far in the
Yeah.
back that
Yeah.
it didn't have that power that these kind of tracks really
Need, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna improve with time and effort, Shashank. So thank you so much for sending us your music. I think you've sent us music in the past as well, and this is definitely better than what you sent us last time. Let's check out the next tune. Track is called Unknown by Anirudh Puranik, also a student of mine. He makes dubstep and drum and bass.
Sick.
I think nice work with the samples and chopping and cutting of the samples.
Yeah. I also felt it came alive after that breakdown on the track with that metallic
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for
know,
sure.
lead that came in. Yeah,
The
as
breakdown
well.
was interesting because I
Yeah,
lost that sense of syncopation,
yeah,
and that felt like really cool. And after
yeah.
that, the kick and bass coming back again. Technically, I just felt like the kick was overpowering the bass just a little bit,
Just a tad bit for sure. Yeah.
and I think that could help you to fix your mix.
He's nailed it with that dubstep snare though. That's absolutely like on point aesthetically. With that little bit of a layered on that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Mhm.
for sure. Cool. Thanks, Anirudh, for sending us your music. Let's check out the next one. The name of the track is quite unique. It's called "Is It a Dog That Bites?"
Philosophy right here.
Cool. Let's check it out. Apparently, this tune is inspired a little bit by Bicep. So,
Okay, cool.
he has its tone. I think quite a unique tune that we just heard. Uh, like I said in the chat, I really like that crunchy vibe on some of the samples also.
So, yeah. Slowly built it up on the snare also as the track went along. There was a little bit of a. I loved the way the bass was composed. It was locking in with the groove really nice. It was almost as though like a real bassist
Yeah,
was again playing. I really like that. I like that a lot. And then of course it was a really quirky groove as well. Very like again it was quite human. The kick bass section compositionally was quite human, and I really like that.
true, true.
Plus, I see Aman here has sampled Sneha Kalwalkar's reel. Great way to avoid a copyright there, my friend. Good job.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Just one thing that I felt was the snare could probably be a different sample or could be a layer on top,
right.
like an additional layer, because I didn't notice there was a snare until quite the last final moments of the track, to be honest. But yeah, again, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess that could be a creative thing also. Anyway, thank you so much for sending us that tune.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yes, yes, for sure. Let's check out the next one. This one's called Nirvana by NTSH. Uh, Quite a nice, easygoing Sunday tune. Veer, I think you're muted.
Wait, am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Cool.
Uh, I thought the vibe of the tune was nice. Just felt like those, the chords happening right on the kick every time. That felt a little linear. Was I felt like it could use a little more groove. That was one thing that I felt, and then even just before the breakdown, the build up felt more louder than the drop itself.
Drop.
That's
Yeah.
something you can take care of. Other than that, I liked the vibe and the sounds and all of the stuff that's used. What do you think, Veer?
Cute chords, very, very sweet, like arrangement. And I also thought that the kick and snare were a bit weak because there's so many atmospheric elements. So the parts that are not as atmospheric need to have some more weight so that it's not all airy. Um, and apart from that, yeah, that's pretty. That I mean, I like the chord progression and took me back to like a beach, perhaps a beach party at 4 o'clock. Someone said it sounds like Innocence, absolutely on point.
In fact, the picture that he's used on SoundCloud for the track is off a beach.
Beach, yeah, it's got that tropical house, so for jargon's sake, that tropical house
Yeah, but
vibe.
done in a classy way, I felt.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Cool. So thanks again for sending us that tune. Let's check out the next one by Himanshu Kalwani. It's called "Can You Feel It." Don't think I've heard music from this dude in the past. Over to you, Veer. You can start off this time.
I like it. I liked it as a moment, like when we DJ songs and stuff, we look for moments in tracks. It was nice when the drum groove came on. Honestly, I didn't expect that kind of a drum groove to come on. So that was a cool thing. I just didn't expect it. I feel that the pads and the leads and the sequences, etc., sound design wise, could be a little bit more mature and a little bit more complex. Like I think, I mean, it's not at all bad thing to use presets or anything, but ideally, a little bit of more work should go into them so that they make like they make coherent sense to the song. That's pretty much all I felt. Otherwise, I thought it was a nice spacey broken beat arrangement as well. Nice chord progression. That's
For
pretty
sure.
much it. Yeah.
Totally agree with pretty much all your points that you brought out, especially the sound design part. Those big chords, I
Yeah.
think they need to feel a little more bigger for a track like this. Maybe a little more unison, more detuning.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounded also like a little bit of serum.
Serum for sure. It's a real favorite, that one. I mean, mine, it's been mine too, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got plenty of potential to like turn into like anything you want.
absolutely.
Let's check out the next one by Safi, who's actually been sending us music for the last few editions of Eavesdrop.
Oh, nice one.
He's got this one mastered as well because we told him in the past that some of your tracks are too soft. So let's see what this sounds like. This one's called Myoga by Safi.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool vibe there is going on in this track for sure. Just felt like the kick lacked a little bit punch, that rounded, nice bottom end. Even though it's mastered, like I
No,
don't know.
these are tonal things. These are pre-master things, definitely. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I also felt the same because there is an empty space in the register, because he has that higher sub ring going on, then he has that drone going on, and then the kick drum needs to take that space, so
Yes.
that maybe not another like. But yeah, I like the tone of the sub. The sub. I also like that off-grid kick that comes when the main kick goes off, so that when the main kick comes back, it sounds suddenly fully syncopated again. Because I don't know what trick that is, man. You're better versed with this style also, but like in the break, the kicks were slightly off grid rather than when they were brought back in the breaks. I thought that was a clever touch.
I think that was to do with some of the use of polymeters on some.
Always, yeah, man. That sounded really cool whenever he cut the filter, brought
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bass.
yeah. I mean, the vibe was like quite.
Yeah,
I
pretty
really
cool.
liked the vibe of the
Yeah.
tune.
Urgent track, urgency.
Yeah. Also, this is the fastest tune Safi sent us.
Yeah. Shit's getting serious.
If you're tuned in, hope you're well in Canada, man.
Yeah, Toronto, Safi Toronto.
All right, let's move on. We have another couple of tunes to go before we wrap this session up. It's always amazing having so many people tune in. Please tell your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, sisters, your neighbors, everyone to tune in the next time. It should be fun to have a lot more people.
Man, great job, everyone, man. Whoever submitted, cheers.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
cool.
I mean, the bar is just going on, being set higher and higher each time. All right, so without any further delay, let's check out the next one. This one's called Creation by 10 Forms. in the breakdown around the 2 minute mark, I just felt like there was a lot of things happening in the same octave. That's one common mistake I've noticed with a few producers, where like they try to cram everything into one octave. It's always good to like spread your sounds out, through the different octaves that you can work with. But I like the vibe of this one. It's got that little war tension sort of a thing going on. Well, not up my alley personally, but yeah, thanks for this tune. Over to you, Veer.
I think what you said about the clashing of too many elements in the same octave. I mean, not does it only do a compositional khichdi, it also does a frequency khichdi. Like so, I mean, because and also creatively, I've noticed I used to do it in the past. It's a very like regular mistake to make.
Yeah,
And you kind of get crowded and you don't think of more creative ways to arrange the track. There's parts going on constantly. You're not being. So I feel it also limits the songwriting process, not just the mixing process. So I completely agree. I think that's a little bit of what happened here. It's using that little bit Eastern scale vibe. So I'm getting those Goa trancey feelings from the synths. It's even got the rolling bass line and stuff. So yeah, some cool stuff happening there, but yeah, a little bit more work on various elements. Mostly like composition, I feel like spreading elements out and maybe some more surgical EQing.
yeah, yeah. So one tip I can give to people who have this problem ongoing is try to compose your entire melody and the bass structure, the chords and everything in one instrument. Even I used to go through all these problems, but then one thing that really changed it for me was I would, if I'm making something melodic, I would just use a piano and compose everything in the
Yeah,
track. It's
right.
a good test of like whether your musical compositions work or not.
No, absolutely cool trick. And then maybe assign different tones and stuff later.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
yes. Cool. So let's move on to the last tune for today. This one's called Moksh. Let's check it out. don't think I could have asked for a better to this session than that.
Man, that was lush mate, as they say.
And it was a last minute submission as well. Like it just came in
Yeah.
half an hour ago.
No, man, so I actually know him and he's made me hear this. So I've already given him my feedback. So I think you should take this one.
I mean, I really don't have any
Yeah.
feedback.
Epic.
I think I really like the mood on this one. Perfect closing track for a session like this one on a Sunday, especially.
Definitely.
Great work, man. Just keep on keeping on. And lovely to have you with us, Veer.
Man, thanks for having me.
You.
I missed the last time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Public apology. Please accept.
If it's a public apology, it's gonna get accepted.
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely having you with us, as always, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. And thanks to everyone, man. Those were really top class submissions.
Absolutely.
As I said, some of them didn't require feedback, felt awkward. I was trying to think of some kind of feedback, but there's nothing in many cases. So,
Nice.
kick ass. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure doing this, and I mean, you guys make this whole show happen, to be honest. And we look forward to doing this again. And give us any feedback if you have any in terms of how we can improve your experience and what we could do better. I definitely wanna make the stream look a little better than just the Zoom, the Zoom cards side by side. That's one thing I have on my mind. But other than that, if you have anything else, please feel free to reach us. Once again, thank you so much. All of you have a great Sunday and hope to see you again very soon.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, everyone.